you can't measure a finger in pixels. It just doesn't work that way. Pixel densities vary by screen, and it's just not that way it works. Reality is different. So I've made up these touch templates, as I call them. Mostly because they're involved in describing and understanding how people touch things. So, the last Generation 7 version of it is upgraded to two different cards that do two different things. The more, let's call it boring one, is this. It's got straight-up rulers in fractional and then decimal inches, in fractional inches, decimal centimeters, and points, typographer's points. I do all my typography recommendations about sizes and things in points because it's a real-world unit for measuring type. Measuring is easy. You just go and measure the sizes of things. So these icons are about 11 millimeters tall. The typography scale is in Helvetica Neue, and you hold it up. The way all typography scales always have worked is you hold it up to a piece of type, and whatever matches in the height matches. The AKG thing is on purpose because that's a capital letter, that's a lowercase letter with an ascender, and that's got a descender. So you can compare all the type levels to try to figure out the right size. So let's see. The icons here are, just a tidge over 7 points, it looks like, which is really, really small if you know how things work. There's extra hints and tips on these cards. So this one, for example, shows the type scale like this, and then it shows these little icons. Little phone, big phone, tablet, kind of means in your hands, and a tablet on a stand. And then it gives you minimum size for typography, body size, intro text, meaning larger plain old text, and title size, like page title, which goes down the page as we go. The other card is about, as I said, touch stuff. So it's arranged with the green blob diagram, as I like to call it at least, about how people touch more towards the center of things, or I should say more accurately and faster towards the center, and there's a preference to read in the center and stuff like that. But this is about touching. So this card is entirely touch guidelines. So, besides the little green blob charts showing you the accuracy level for each line very dimly, it also has these big chart things for the 5 major areas. I made it symmetrical left to right to make it more obvious what's going on. So in the center of the page, let's go and launch an app. Something more difficult. You can say, well, is it easy enough to hit that link without hitting some other one? Because center target areas need to be 7 millimeters or 20 points of reality. And that's close. That business link is a little close to the edge of things. At the edges, at the corners, we use these larger ones. These when you get near the edge, and this right on the edge. So, the iPhone control bar down here, which I've just accidentally clicked on. Eventually I'll get back to it. Is going to use this very corner size. And you see, it's pretty good, but there is, after all, especially when you take into account the dotted line area on the edge, the safety margin, there's a chance that when you click one of these, you accidentally click, say, that article instead of the item you meant to click.